today's game?
Well, certainly we're happy to get the W and be on the winning side of the scoreboard. It's been a long couple of weeks, and just really certainly proud of the win, but prouder of how our guys handled some adversity, and they came back with some great energy after really pushing in the pile versus Princeton, and playing against a very, very tough Fairfield team, a midweek game. So I was happy for that. I'm happy for to see the ground ball stats. Happy to see the face-off stats. There's a few things we need to clean up, but we are a work in progress. And again, happy to get #1 of 2014.
What's your aspect on non-conference game? Obviously, you want to win every game, but you know, as you said, it's a work in progress. But you had the Princeton game, obviously, but you have to move forward. Was there a sense of urgency in this game?
I mean, I think there was. Unfortunately, I don't think there was a sense of urgency that we needed in the Marquette game, and I think we learned that lesson. And I thought that there was a tremendous sense of urgency in the Princeton game, and a couple of things we didn't play smart towards the end at Princeton. We needed to make some smarter plays. We played with enough energy. We played with enough passion. We just need to fix up some of the IQ. And then today, no game is going to be totally perfect, but we needed to make some plays. And Ryan Riley makes literally the play of the game when their bread and butter is to dodge and then skip it to the other side. They got a couple of guys that can shoot it. I know one of their guys, McClendon, was out today, but they skip it from one wing to another with only 1 day preparation. And for Ryan Riley to be standing in that passing lane and pick one off, that's a game-winning play right there for us. Chris Clark's stats cannot go unnoticed, and he's a guy that if he can continue to face off like this, it's certainly something that if you are up by a couple of goals towards the end of the game, you know at least it's going to be a 50-50 or better situation where you're going to get the ball back. That's going to be comforting if we can continue to get better and better. And, you know, we got Chris Silva in double-digit saves. Need it. We got to cut down on some turnovers. We please credit the man down. We've been struggling in that department, and those guys stepped up today, and we just got to get man up back on track.
You mentioned Clark. I mean, when you have a guy like that, it's hard to be out of the game.
Well, I mean, it's his third college game. You know, he was gearing up to play St. Anthony's last year. Iona Prep at this point in time, and he just played Princeton on a national TV game and just got his first win and was 14 out of 20. Chris Clark's stats before today were 50%, but we didn't think we were helping him with some ground ball play on the wings. We thought it could have been 60% or better. So with that being said, I think he got a little bit more of what he deserved today on a good note.
This one for Greer Davis. So what was the attitude of the team coming in today? You know, you had 2 tough games. Arguably should have won your first 2 games of the season. What was the attitude coming in here?
I mean, all week we talked about how we were going to respond to the 2 losses that we had, and we just really focused in practice on the mistakes we did make as a team, and we just want to come together as a team to play the way that we know we all can play, because we're a good team, and when we play together, we can really fire on all cylinders.
I was going to say, offensively today, the team was really, you know, you have to be happy.
Well, Steve, I think you know I'm never happy, right? But
well, despite that.
Right. I mean, I'm happy that we won. We still need to clean up some possessions. But with that being said, you know, happy on both sides of the ball. So the defense, let's not forget, these guys were averaging 18 goals a game. Andy Copeland is one heck of a lacrosse coach, and that is a very good lacrosse team that's going to win some games. There's no getting around it. They were averaging 18 goals, and we just kept them to 7. That's a huge accomplishment for us and a young defense that just graduated our entire close team. Anybody else?
As far as moving forward, what's the biggest thing that you'll change? You mentioned some things you didn't like.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think we in order to win the close games, your man up has got to be 40%. Today we were 0 for 3. Can't have it. We were 15 for 17 clearing. We got to be better than that, and we got to get them to turn it over a little bit. And we had 13 turnovers. that's just a couple too many. We had 6 in the third quarter. Can't have 6 in a quarter and expect to survive. So with that being said, we have to just continue to complement some of the things that we have got going on. We got to continue to cherish when we have the ball, to be smart with it on offense. We got to continue to win the ground ball war. We've got to get Chris Clark and our other face-off guys to stay focused on what they're doing. And we got to put the other pieces together. The scoreboard will take care of itself later on. We got to win some of those other little battles that we think are very important.
Now, in that last quarter, obviously, they outscored you 2-0, but did you think that you guys were on your heels? Do you think you just weren't getting the scoring chances that you wouldn't want and you could put more goals up there?
Yeah, no, I think Corey Hendrickson had a great look at the goal, left-handed, coming from behind the goal, and I think he might have hit the goalie. I thought that was a great look. It was when a timer-on situation. Obviously, we got to a certain point, and we thought that the clock was more important than the goal, because it was 9-6. If we could take 2 minutes, we don't need it to be 10-6. We need it to be 2 minutes left in the game. That's what we needed more importantly. So with that, we had the ball a little bit. And then Torrin Barn, I think, rang one off the goalie's knee. And that's a pretty good goalie. Jack's, he could play. And so with that being said, he rang one off. And I thought those were 2 pretty good looks that we had at the goal. But again, it was a time of possession quarter, more than a scoring quarter at that point.
Now, we know you always preach the ground ball battles. First game, you guys get out ground ball. The past couple of games against Princeton, today, you were able to win these ground ball battles. How much is that contributing?
Hofstra lacrosse. We do that for our alums. They sold out on that field. We need to do the same.
Questions? Torrin? Chris?
Thank you, guys.